Welcome, everyone, to Local Outbreak here on the Planet 100.1, New Hampshire's modern rock. My name is Matt Connerton from IPMNation.com, and I'm actually sitting here in the RageRockRadio.com studio. Very excited. This is my first time, actually not my first time on the show, but my first time hosting it, and very grateful to everyone associated with Local Outbreak for inviting me on to do this, and happy to be sitting here with Hammer at the board in the RageRockRadio.com studio, and which is also the home of New England Unsigned Music, so be sure to check that out. And I'm sitting here with two members of the band Craving Lucy. How are you guys?
Good, man. What's up?
Please go ahead and introduce yourselves.
My name's Steve Archambault, I'm singer.
Okay.
I'm Justin Pacey. I'm the drummer.
And just as a point of clarification, you know, Local Outbreak is about talking to and promoting local music, but you guys, even though you're from New Hampshire, you're not actually a local band. I mean, at this point, you know, you've been out touring, you've got radio airplay all over the country, so you're definitely a legit national act. Tell us about what you've been up to.
Oh, jeez. Well, the last several weeks we've been focusing mainly on writing a bunch of new music. We've got a lot of life out of the Therapy record, which we released last summer. Well, actually, in the spring, I guess it was. And we had a single called Therapy that got on about 24 stations across the country. We've entered our 7th straight month on satellite radio, and we ended up at number 13 for the entire year for 2009. Yeah, out of 57 charting artists, which is great.
Very good. Very good.
So we've been doing. It's been going really well. You know, we get emails from all over the place, and always getting people asking us when we're coming to their town to tour. So, it's at this point, we still have a lot of life and a lot of energy left for Therapy, but we're focusing mainly right now on writing all brand new stuff and putting a fresh spin to the shows that we're still playing, infusing the new music. And so far the reception's been, it's been really, really, really amazing, really positive. So it kind of, that sparks and, gives us fuel to just keep writing and keep coming out with the best stuff that we have yet to write.
Yeah. Is Therapy your first disc as Craving Lucy?
Yes. Yep, sure is.
Okay.
And that, you go to CD Baby, you can go to iTunes. You can go pretty much anywhere, that sells music and has digital downloads. You can find Therapy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bull Moose, I think, has it.
Yeah, too. Bull Moose has it. Newbury Comics around New England. As far as actual retail outlets, but the mainstay now obviously is everything is online and digital downloads are, aside from being really, really convenient, is just the most popular way to get music. So
absolutely,
we're always pushing that digital outlet.
Eventually, that might be the only way too.
I'm thinking.
Yeah,
soon. I'll still go buy a disc if I like it, because I like having the art. I like having the the hard copy with me. And stuff.
Yeah, it's cool to be able to read the lyrics and look at the liner notes, and there's a whole generation of kids now who don't understand or appreciate that kind of thing. No,
that's true.
But
it's very true.
But somewhere there's people complaining about a whole generation of people who don't understand having vinyl and being able to pull that open and look at that.
What's vinyl?
My girlfriend's like that. I'm like, have you ever seen vinyl before?
Vinyl? I mean like the suit that I had, the boots? No, vinyl. Like it spins and it makes sound. It's a record player.
Well, we're gonna play some tracks from the disc tonight. Why don't we start off with? Did you want to do the single? Therapy?
Yeah. Why don't we do the single?
All right, cool. So this is Therapy from Craving Lucy here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet, New Hampshire's modern rock. Therapy from Craving Lucy here on Local Outbreak on the Planet 100.1, New Hampshire's modern rock. So how long has Craving Lucy been around? Because this is your first disc.
Yeah.
So how long has the band been Craving Lucy?
We've been Craving Lucy probably close to like 4 years. I'll say maybe 4.5 years. But this incarnation of the band has been together for less than a year.
Okay.
We have a new drummer, which is Justin, and we have a new bass player, Nate Comp. He's on bass. So those guys came into the band last spring.
Okay.
About last April.
And prior to Craving Lucy, it was a similar situation, but under a different name, correct?
Yeah. Well, I say Craving Lucy because that included when we were called Bionic at the time. Yeah, when we were in Bicoastal Studios in Austining, New York, and we got a phone call from our label CEO telling us that we had to change the name of the band from Bionic to something else.
Okay.
And that was a couple of years ago.
What was the reason? Did somebody else own the name already?
Yeah, he told us that there was some entertainment company in Europe called Bionic Recordings, and they had, I don't know, some kind of worldwide trademark ownership of this. I think it's crap. I think it was bull.
Yeah.
I think they just wanted to change the name, to be honest with you.
Really? No kidding?
Yeah. I don't know why. That's the feeling I got. So we spent the next couple days sitting in a Days Inn at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning after we'd come back from recording and remixing and stuff, and a couple margaritas in. I'm sitting on my bed just trying to come up with names. I had like 60, 70 names, and it was Craving Lucy popped up, and my bass player hated it and wanted to jump out the window. He hated it so much. And,
really?
Oh yeah, he didn't like it at all. So,
yeah.
So I don't know. It stuck, and the guys in the label thought it was great, and we went with it, and that's kind of it.
So there's no significance to the name. It's just something you popped in.
You want to know what it means?
Absolutely.
Right, well.
Absolutely. I'm curious.
I didn't say that.
Who's Lucy? Do tell. Come on.
I changed the name to protect the innocent.
Okay. The innocent or the not so innocent?
I don't know. I never got to find out if she was not so innocent.
Okay.
It was her her name was Lisa.
Oh, okay.
And it was when I entered high school. Being a guy in your first day of high school, it was all about new people and new everything, and they shuffle you into the auditorium like a bunch of cattle, like you're brand new kids in the school, and you sit down and you're getting the whole orientation, and they're telling you all about the school, and all I was used to was girls my own age. I was 14 years old or whatever, growing up with them since we were 8 and playing kickball. And so you kind of grow up with the girls and you kind of have a certain relationship with them. But you get to high school and this senior walks by and she's just the most beautiful thing I'd ever laid eyes on. Yeah. And I didn't, she was 17 years old or 18 years old. And that's like a wow. Yeah. And I found out what her name was Lisa. I won't give her last name because that's probably not cool.
Probably not cool. No,
probably not. She might be listening, but
you never know.
Yeah, so I just I thought Lucy was a little bit more colorful. I love the name. I'm a Beatles fan. I think that's where I got it from. So I just said Craving Lucy because that was the first girl that really knocked my socks off of my first day of high school, and kind of changed my perspective on girls, I think, in general. So I said, Craig, how about Craving Lucy? And he asked about the Lucy thing. I told him. He goes, I hate it. I'm like, all right. Well,
he was the bass player at the time?
He was the bass player. Yeah. He's not in the band anymore.
Oh, okay.
I threw him out because he didn't like the name. So keep that in mind, Justin.
Yeah. I love it.
I'm just kidding.
I love it. Yeah.
We did fire him, though, for other reasons. But,
oh, really?
Yeah. That's another story.
The Planet.
Today and save it for tomorrow. 1,000 words that we won't have to see. No, another penny for your thoughts, $1 for your sorrow. It's short but silence, and that's the price we pay. Killing me from me hanging by a thread. Am I on the road to somewhere? Driving in the rain, I see just fine. Yeah. Heard that one was never said. The silence makes me stronger. Staring at my feet as I cross that line. Like in a world I've tried before, to make believe just a little more. It's killing me from inside. You win or lose, it's all the same. Pathetic players, a losing game. It's crushing me from inside. When your souls collide. Walking away, a victim of my own Take another picture today and save it for tomorrow.
Craving Lucy here on Local Outbreak on the Planet 100.1, New Hampshire's modern rock. All right, now maybe this is a little inside baseball, but I'm always curious. Why are you not with that label anymore? As much as you can say or care to say, if you don't want to talk about it.
I will say this. I will say this to all the bands listening. Okay, I'm going to give you a piece of advice.
Good. This is useful. This is good.
This is probably taken from someone that's been bit by the lion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you go, we went with this label because they said the magic word. The magic word was priority. Okay, you want to be made a priority when you get a deal.
Absolutely.
It was a startup label. They said we were going to be the flagship. This was going to be what they were going to kick off their label with. So, you know, we had other offers at the time from majors.
Yeah.
And we went with this indie that had all the money and all the good intentions and gave us all the lip service and said everything that we wanted to hear. You know, we were romanced.
Yeah.
And it was red carpet the whole way. I mean, they spent an awful lot of money to make this record.
Yeah.
You know, we spent a month in L.A. mixing. After the record was done, then we ended up going to Bi-Coastal and Ossining, and we worked with guys like Hal Weiner and Gary Toll, and Gary Toll did the Bon Jovi records. Bowie worked with Whitney Houston, and, you know, we had Toby Wright produce the record. He did Alice in Chains and Seven Dust and Metallica and Korn, and he did everything. I mean, so we were top shelf. We were getting the top shelf treatment all the way. And at the end of it, well, the lesson here is, you know, be careful what you wish for when someone says priority, and they're going to get it in writing. Get a promise to release. Get a promise that you're going to, in writing, that there's going to be a certain budget spent, because at the end of the day, they spent an exorbitant amount of money on the record and pocket change to promote it. And we were made to feel like it was our fault because we didn't do enough to promote it.
So the whole if a tree falls in the forest, and
we
if
hope it lands on them.
If you make the record and no one hears it, it's almost like, why did you bother to make the record?
But it was somewhat of a blessing because when we put a new lease on life on the disc, it was a blessing that they did nothing with it because it was still new. Yeah, in a sense. Yeah, it was still new to all the ears that were all of a sudden paying attention and got, wow, where did these guys come from? So that, I think that helped us, and we got out of that deal, about 14 months ago. Yeah, and we've got new management, we've got new legal representation. We have an amazing radio team. Yeah, and we're currently getting shopped by that radio team in an exclusive shopping agreement, and things are going great. And we've hit a lot of benchmarks as an unsigned band. Charting on MediaBase, the R&R charts, going top 10 on a couple major, radio stations, and we've hit the 7-month mark on Octane on Sirius XM. And
very good.
The only band that with a brand new record and a brand new debut band to hit the 6-month mark.
Yeah, and to do all of this without being on a major label too is really, really cool.
Yeah, I mean, over the summer, we were besting, 15, 16 bands on MediaBase that had over $1 million behind them. Yeah. And we had a fraction of that behind us. And we did it all ourselves. Yeah. I've mortgaged my soul to get to where we are right now. But, you have to believe. You have to believe. You got to have faith. Every once in a while when you think, things aren't going the way you want them to go, we'll get some news or something will happen, and it just kind of reinvigorates it. Like, it charges you up again, and that feels really good. And, this is my first love, long before, Lucy, or long before any high school girl. Music and, writing was my love, and it's something that I'll just never give up. Yeah. I'm gonna have to probably be dead before I give it up. Right. So.
Well,
Justin, what are your thoughts on it?
I was going to say we should play another track, but I know Justin has to leave after this segment. So, Justin, how's this whole experience been for you?
It's been pretty crazy. I mean, like Steve was saying, with some of the charting that that we've shown up on, it's just really crazy to look and see, Craving Lucy on the same list within 5 or 6 artists of like Metallica and Alice in Chains, and that's obviously, it's like, I'm a huge fan of all those bands, and to even be on the same list as them, let alone a national radio list, has been really cool. Mind blowing.
It's nice when all your hard work pays off. Yeah. And you can tangibly see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for an unsigned band to have, we're coming up to almost 1,300 monitored spins since last June on radio stations across the country. And our first eligibility for an ad, we got the #1 active rock market in the country, which was out in Chicago. Yeah. Which was Will Rock 95. I don't know if I can say that or not, but probably not.
It's in another market. Probably doesn't matter. I don't know.
Well, we got the #1 active rock market, which was a huge thing for us. Yeah. So that kind of set the pace. It kind of set the bar. Tough to keep hitting that when, all these other bands are coming up with these major labels and these major label checkbooks behind them to say, hey, we want, what do you think of these guys on your radio station? And then be like, Craving Lucy. We were like the thorn in a lot of these bands' sides over the summertime. Yeah. We were like the thing that wouldn't go away. Right. We were always looming there next to these other bands that, were on Universal or Warner. And, here we are, this little, we were the Davy amongst all the Goliaths, and we had some killer stones we were throwing out. And people just were like, who the hell are these guys? And, it had a lot to do with our radio team, with how good they were and with their background. But I think, you always have to have the goods. And, the single had legs. I believed in it. The rest of the guys believed in it. Our management believed in it, and we went with the active rock market, and we opened up a bunch of doors. So it's, it's not over. We've got a lot that we're going to be following up with, and but we've been told that therapy still has a lot of leg and a lot of life left to it. So continue doing what you're doing, and we don't have control over that. All we have control over is what we do as a band, which right now we're focusing on the new music and writing and being prepared when opportunities present themselves. So.
Yeah, ready for that next step. Yeah,
hell yeah.
Well, Justin, I know you got to take off, and Steve, you're sticking around, right?
Yeah.
All right, very cool. What do you guys want to play as we wrap up this segment?
Justin, I'll let you pick.
Do Colorblind.
Colorblind.
All right, very good. This is Colorblind from Craving Lucy here on Local Outbreak on the Planet 100.1.
Deep inside, will I need to find a reason why the fire in your heart's so cold, and why is it burning my hand? Are you listening? Can you understand? Can I make you open up your eyes? Look at me. Now the damage is done. I've left your excuses. Look at me. You talk and then it's on me. You wasted me. I'm colorblind. All in vain. Now I'm banging my head on your walls, wasting time living lies that feel so cold, while I sit on my hands. Are you listening? Can you understand? Can I make you open up your eyes? Look at me. Now the damage is done. I've left your excuses. Look at me. You took it and it's on me. You wasted me. I'm colorblind. Are you listening? Can you understand? Can I make you open up your eyes? Look at me. Now the damage is done. I've left your excuses. Look at me. You took and then it's on me. You wasted me. I'm colorblind. Now the damage is done. I've left your excuses. Look at me. You took and then it's on me. You wasted me. I'm colorblind.
Hey, it's Matt from IPMNation.com in the RageRockRadio.com studio on Local Outbreak on the Planet 100.1, and we are here with Craving Lucy, or actually one member of Craving Lucy. Justin had to leave.
Yeah, he did.
There's 4 of you total, right?
There's 4 of us.
So we're here with 1/4 of
That's
Craving Lucy,
Yep.
1/4.
Yeah, the babysitter, the stage manager,
You are the most important member, though, are you not?
I'm the most important one here right now.
You are Craving Lucy. I mean, the other
okay.
guys aren't here, so we can say whatever we want.
that's
you
right.
know?
We can bash them on.
You know,
That's
you can.
fine.
You are the nerve center of the band.
The nerve center.
The creative genius.
There's.
When did you become the stage manager?
Oh wait, no, yeah, I don't. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm not a stage manager.
Did you take someone's job away from him?
No,
Oh,
no,
rude.
no. I got to show someone how to do the job.
Terrible. Oh, burn.
No, just it's being. I wear a lot of different hats
Yeah.
with the band. You know, there's always going to be somebody in any band that takes the lead. You have to. You have to have guidance. You have to have direction.
Bands don't work as democracies.
No, they really don't. They really don't. So, it's bittersweet. It's good because, with all the adulation you get with this role in the band, you get a lot of aggravation. Mm-hmm. So I'll get the people that love the band, and then if someone doesn't like the band, they don't go over to Justin.
Right.
They're gonna go to me. You guys suck. Well, we haven't. Fortunately, we don't get a lot of that, but if someone's not happy or if someone's got something to say, normally it's to the guy with the microphone.
Absolutely.
So there's a balance there, and I'm cool with it. I never take anything personally, but there's always somebody in the band that is leading,
right?
And kind of gathering the troops and organizing and making sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And honestly, I don't mind it. Mm-hmm. I'm not a control freak, but I know how things need to go, and it's been, my baby for a long time, this band. So, it's, you got to take the lead and you take initiative. And, if you show that you've got a good sense of what you're doing and direction, they'll follow you. So.
Are you the only original member?
No, Mark.
Okay.
Guitar player.
Okay.
Yeah, Mark and I formed Bionic together.
Okay.
Out of the leftovers of another band. And, then Bionic turned into Craving Lucy. But Mark and I built this band. And we started a couple of the songs on the disc. We wrote a while ago. One track we have called "I'm Alive" started out just he and I on an acoustic guitar, and that song came to be. It's a very one of those anthemic kind of, it's got that real rock, flick your lighters and open your cell phone bravado that that a lot of people look forward to in like an arena rock, and it turned into something like that once we got in the studio to record it the first time. We gave it life, we gave it drums, we gave it bass, we gave it, a little bit of this and that. And, so and the beauty of it is that, songs like that stand very well, very strong, just by themselves with an acoustic guitar and just myself singing. So I think that's a really good indication of a song that's got legs and that is strong and that it can stand by itself, just stripped down like that,
right? And
then when you build it into something much bigger and heavier, it takes on a different identity, but it's just you
have to have the solid foundation
you have
to build on.
Yeah. You can't crap added 10 instruments is still crap with 10 instruments.
Well said. That's true.
It really is.
Are you and Mark the primary songwriters?
Yeah, we are. But what's great is that we've written a few new songs already with Justin and Nate in the band. And it's, one of the new songs we've written is a song called Changes that we're going to be recording again very, very soon. Kind of like to follow up with Therapy in a bunch of different capacities. But it's probably one of my favorite songs that I've ever been a part of, and Justin and Nate were a very integral part of that writing. It's for the longest time it was Mark and I, and we'd put the basis of everything together, and our old drummer would be in there to kind of guide Mark's ideas, and they had a good writing relationship. But Mark and I, it's always been about his licks and his riffs. And then I would get them, think about melodies and drive around in my car all day and all night and listening to, and what I would feel and what I would hear would, just go through a million different ideas in my head, nail down some, and, bring it back to the band and have different arrangements and say, well, let's try this, let's try that. So I think every band has a different process, but it's the same at the same time. Maybe they just do it in, the steps are in maybe different order.
Does the sound change when the process changes?
It does, and Justin will attest to that. Justin's the first one to say that, when the way that we write now, it's those three, and I'll sit there and listen to them, and I'll throw out suggestions once they start putting together, like the music to it. And Justin will be the first to say that once, I come back in for maybe the next rehearsal and I've got melodies and, lyrics and try different changes with arrangements, he said his drumming takes on a whole different perspective where he'll start playing things differently because he feeds off of what I'll bring to it. So it's a real interesting process so far with the new guys in the band. It's different, but I think it works great. It's a great chemistry. Yeah, really great chemistry.
Cool. Well, we all look forward to down the road hearing the new stuff. But of course, for right now, you're still focused on the current disc.
We are. Yeah.
Why don't we let's play another track from Therapy?
Yeah, sure.
What do you want to play?
I'm thinking it's a track that is probably means the most to me emotionally.
Really?
What I'm the most attached to, and on the disc, for just a variety of reasons. It's called Far Away.
Okay, so this is Far Away from Craving Lucy on local Outbreak 100.1 The Planet.
I think it's alright, I think it's okay. I saw the sun when I woke up today. I felt the light kissing my face, giving me strength to search for a place where I can crawl inside and hide behind the dream. I know better. I guess I'm changing. Oh, this is a time and a place. We are ever changing. Close my eyes, look inside. Now I can see your face. Another time, another place. Although I'm rearranging, I'm still here. I'm never far away. All that we had, it's understood. Forget all the bad, remember the good. There's faith in a soul, there's truth in a song. Doing what's right can hurt more than what's wrong. Sometimes I can't explain emotion from your pain. Everything's changing. I've rearranged. Now it's alright. It's not the same. Things will be better off this way. I see you now. Survive somehow. Now I believe you're stronger than before. This is a time and a place. We are ever changing. Close my eyes, look inside. Now I can see your face. Another time, another place. Although I'm rearranging, I'm still here. I'm never far away. I'm never far away. I'm never far away. I'm never far away. I think we're alright. I think we're okay. I saw the sun.
Local Outbreak on the Planet 100.1 New Hampshire's Modern Rock. This is Matt from IPMNation.com, sitting here in the RageRockRadio.com studio with Steve from Craving Lucy. And tell me, what is in the future for you guys? What are you?
Grammys.
What are you working on?
Nothing but Grammys, dude.
That's good. That is the
American Music Awards.
The law of attraction.
Some Junos.
You've been reading The Secret, haven't you?
Maybe some laws of attraction.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Yes.
I'm telling you, positive brings a positive. And I'm positive we're not going to have a Grammy next year. Well, I don't know. We might. Future. A lot of new music. A lot of writing. A lot of touring. There's just a lot of opportunities that are just now coming about. That we're going to try to take full advantage of, from shows to getting sponsorships and just all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's, we're still being shopped right now exclusively with some really with an amazing group of guys that that were responsible for all the radio that we had in the last 7 months. So
I was going to say, as an unsigned band with all the radio play that you've had, and you must have some labels looking at you pretty closely.
It's bizarre. I truly think in my heart that if this was 5 years ago or even 3 years ago, Craving Lucy probably would have had a deal 5 months ago.
What do you think's changed?
It's just the whole industry, the landscape from A to Z has changed. There's so few deals getting getting granted out there. The band's getting signed, and it's just really, really, really tough, and it's to break through and to, we figured out that you have to remove all doubt from a label. Yeah. You can't give them any reason to say no, so with therapy, with what we did over the last 7 months, we've shown them that it's got legs, that we bested so many bands that, that we were really proud of this, that, bands that had a lot, 10, 20 times the budget behind them, we were beating them on media base. We were beating them on the R&R charts. We were, we were showing up on, the Hard Drive XL and all these syndicated rock shows across the country, and with Octane and everything else. So we removed that doubt, at least with that song, and with what we showed them what kind of legs that the record had. Right. So in doing that, we're hoping that they're paying even more attention. And it's, we've had a lot of download sales. We're doing pretty consistent with the CD sales with online stuff. And I mean, let's face it, that's what it is now. It's all online stuff. So, they're monitoring that, and, to see any unsigned band that's got, 1,300 monitored spins in 6 months, I don't think you're going to find that too often. Right. If you do at all. And so they are paying attention. I know there are some that have been sniffing around. It's kind of like they're waiting for the first one to take a bite, and then they're all gonna maybe take the next step into seeing what Craving Lucy's all about.
Then you get a little bidding war going.
You know what? I'd be happy with some, setting up some showcases.
Sure,
that's the goal too. That's in the immediate. That's one of the immediate goals, is set up some showcases and go and show them what we can do live, and back up the record, and then especially infuse some new music. Maybe get some new music recorded so we can follow up. The shopping with, okay, this is what we're up to now. This is the direction the band's going in. We've done that as of late with a demo with a new track, and very well received. And so it's just building a case. You build a case, and you give them as little reason to say no as possible. Right.
Yeah. I mean, there is no artist development anymore at the labels. No. They want bands that are
out
completely ready to go.
Ready to go. They don't sense there's no more scouting out there. There's no more like, hey, I think this guy from Warner is going to be at the Key Club in L.A.
We're laughing because I was on the show. As a guest, I was on this show with my band Chemical Distance, and I kind of went into a rant about how there are people who very naively actually still think that the road to success is you go out and you play a bunch of shows in a club, waiting for the mythical record company scout to show up and hand you $1 million contract.
If I was in L.A. and I had nothing to do, I'd just put a suit on and just go to a club. I'd just look at them and scratch my scruff a little bit, nod my head, right? Get some free drinks out of it. Give them a card. Just give them a card and go, we got to talk.
That'd be a great reality show.
I think it might. It might be something to put on cravenlucy.com. But I couldn't do that. That's awful. But it's just not that. It's so different now, man. Yeah. It's so different. And but it doesn't deter us. It just what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And in an effort not to be too cliche, but that you have to be tougher than the industry is. You have You have to be resilient. You have to have a very thick skin, and you have to understand, most importantly, that it only takes one to say yes. And you just, all you can do is be ready. And when it comes to calling, you haul it back twice as loud, and hopefully it'll reap you something good in the end.
Absolutely, that's a lot of good advice.
The Planet.
like a place that I can always run to. Lost and so far down. Was it everything you need? What I've lost is what you found. And it's such a mess now. This problem, it won't go away. No matter what I say, tomorrow is not yesterday. This is what you left behind to try and find that peace of mind that brings you to that place you run to and hide away where I can't find you. Lost and so far down. Was it everything you need? No, what I've lost is what you found. And it's all without me. Lost and so far down. Is it what you thought it'd be? You're on your throne without your crown. And you're now without your queen. Lost and so far down. Was it everything you need? And it's such a mess now. Lost and so far down. Was it everything you need? No, what I've lost is what you found. And it's all without me. Lost and so far down. Is it what you thought it'd be? You're on your throne without your crown. And you're now without your queen.
Craving Lucy here on Local Outbreak on the Planet 100.1, New Hampshire's modern rock. Before we start to wrap up, tell us all the places we can find Craving Lucy online. Obviously, there's cravinglucy.com.
Yep. Well, you can go to MySpace, the whole / Craving Lucy. There's multiple links up there, too, that you can get the record from. CD Baby is a great place to get it. iTunes, Rhapsody, Amazon, I think you can still get it there. Just pretty much, I would say pretty much any place that you would find music, just type in Craving Lucy. Or if that's not, if we're not at the place, at the website or where you normally pick up music, just Google it. I mean, and it'll pop up a whole bunch of different outlets you can get Craving Lucy.
Cool.
There's some retail outlets around New England, Newbury Comics and Bull Moose Music and stuff like that where you can pick it up. But
those are both chains that are really good about supporting.
They are.
Artists from the area.
They do. Yeah. And we were actually informed by CD Baby not too long ago that we're one of the most consistent new artists that they've had.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, we got to keep sending
good.
out more CD. I send them out all the time.
Yeah, good.
And that's a good thing. We just take it and a little bit we make, we put right back into the machine. You have to.
Yeah.
It's not about making money. Money is always going to be, the bonus. If you can do this and make headway and have it just not cost you anything,
right?
that's great.
Oh, absolutely.
If you can make anything off it, it's almost like a rock band is a non-profit organization, and that's the way you got to look at it. You make anything, it's a bonus,
right?
So,
absolutely.
you can anywhere online, and like I said, we got a Facebook page.
Okay.
Just type in Craving Lucy in the search in the Facebook. I think there's 2 or 3 that are up there. There's 2 that are. The 2 that are current, and you'll know just by looking at them. The MySpace. We also have a YouTube channel.
Good.
So go to youtube.com / Craving Lucy Vids. We got about 7,400 subscribers. It's been up there a year.
What is it? Live clips?
There's some live clips. There's a bunch of just different stuff. I mean, it's some stuff we just put up there just to get a good gauge on who was into the band and do research. We got 70,000 friends and 7,400 subscribers, and always and we do answer emails. We really do. So if you send, we try to blog as much as we can on cravinglucy.com. If you want to email the band, email us any questions. Email us through the MySpace. Email us through cravinglucy.com, Facebook. Tell your friends about it. Tell them to check it out.
Yeah.
And let us know what you think. And we're not going to please everybody. It's not everyone's not going to love it, not going to like it. And some people are really going to fall in love first time they hear it. So, but there's a lot of songs out there, beyond therapy. That if therapy's not your thing, check out any of the other songs. Like another one, I think we're gonna play another one, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, cool.
We're gonna wrap up with one more track in a second. Steve, thanks very much for being here with us.
My pleasure, man.
Very
Thank
cool,
you.
and I'm glad that my first time hosting Local Outbreak, I got to interview, well, at least part of Craving Lucy.
The babysitter, the bus driver.
It's a good way to start, though, definitely.
Thanks, man.
I want to remind everybody, too, you can contact Local Outbreak at localoutbreak@gmail.com if you're in a band from New Hampshire and you'd like to get on the show or you just want to know more about the show. And, of course, we have myspace.com/Local Outbreak. And, of course, you can listen to Local Outbreak and actually download it on IPMNation.com/Local Outbreak and on RageRockRadio.com. So there's a couple places where the shows are archived if you happen to be listening to this on the planet. And that's about it for this week. So this is Matt from IPMNation.com. Thanks, Hammer, for doing this for us here at the RageRockRadio.com studio. Thanks, Annie. And Steve, thank you very much. What do you want to play to wrap up the show?
Let's go out in a blaze. Well, let's play Burn.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is Burn from Craving Lucy on Local Outbreak on the Planet 100.1, New Hampshire's Modern Rock.
that you've heard before. Left the scar running deep in the hearts of the wall.